When 21-year-old Emily Carter landed at her hometown airport in North Carolina after a semester abroad, she expected a warm hug from her family and maybe a quick car ride back home. Instead, what awaited her was a surprise so unforgettable that it instantly turned into one of those family stories destined to be retold for decades. Her father, a veteran pilot with over 2 decades of flying experience, had promised her he would pick her up. What he didn't mention was that the ride home wouldn't be in the family's SUV. It would be in the cockpit of his own plane. The moment was caught on camera by fellow passengers and later shared widely on social media, where it quickly went viral. What started as a personal father-daughter reunion soon transformed into a story that touched thousands of hearts around the world, symbolizing the magic of family bonds, the thrill of surprise, and the extraordinary lengths parents go to make their children feel special. Emily had been studying international business in Spain for 6 months. It was her first extended trip away from home, and while she loved the adventure of traveling across Europe, she often felt pangs of homesickness. Her father, Michael Carter, knew just how much she missed home. As a commercial airline captain who also owned a small private aircraft, he began hatching a plan that would transform her return into an experience she would never forget. For weeks, Michael kept his idea a secret to Emily. The only detail he revealed was, "Don't worry, sweetheart, I'll come pick you up from the airport." She assumed he meant driving. What she didn't know was that he had already arranged clearance to meet her at the regional airport tarmac and fly her home. When Emily stepped off the plane at the airport, she wheeled her suitcase toward the arrivals area, scanning the crowd for her father instead of waving from behind the rope with the other waiting families. Michael appeared in his pilot's uniform, smiling ear to ear. "Dad, what are you doing here in uniform?" Emily asked, bewildered. "That ride I promised you," he replied. "It's not in the car, it's in the plane." Emily's jaw dropped. "Wait. You mean you're flying me home?" Within minutes, Emily was being escorted onto the tarmac, where a small twin-engine plane gleamed in the sun. She climbed aboard with her father guiding her, still in disbelief that her ride home would literally take off into the sky. As they taxied down the runway, Emily couldn't stop smiling. "I thought you were joking," she shouted over the roar of the engine. Her father, both proud and emotional, reassured her with a grin. "I told you I'd bring you home safe." The flight itself was only about 40 minutes long, but for Emily it was one of the most memorable journeys of her life. From her seat beside her father, she looked out at the rolling countryside, realizing how rare and precious the moment was. Instead of sitting in the backseat of a car scrolling through her phone, she was experiencing a personal flight piloted by the man she looked up to her whole life. By the time they landed at a smaller airstrip near their home, Emily was fighting back tears. "It was the best homecoming gift ever," she later told reporters. "I'll never forget it." Unbeknownst to the Carters, a fellow traveler had recorded Emily's shocked reaction when her father revealed the surprise. The short clip was uploaded to TikTok, where it quickly spread, garnering millions of views within days. Comments flooded in from around the world. "This is every kid's dream. What an amazing dad. Forget Uber rides. This is the VIP treatment. This is the kind of story we need more of these days." Soon major news outlets picked up the story and the Carters were contacted for interviews. The father-daughter duo appeared on a morning television show where Michael described the joy of creating a memory for his daughter. "Flying is my job, but more importantly it's my passion. Sharing that passion with my daughter, especially on a day that mattered so much to her, was priceless." Behind the headlines and viral fame lies a touching family relationship. Michael had been flying since before Emily was born. As a little girl, she would often accompany him to airports, fascinated by the airplanes and the stories he shared about life in the sky. For her, the idea of her father being the one to bring her home felt symbolic. A reminder that even as she grew up, traveled, and built her own life, he would always be there to guide her back. Flying with him that day felt like closing the circle. Emily explained, "I left home as a student trying to explore the world, and I came back with my dad literally bringing me home through the skies." What struck many viewers most wasn't just the plane ride, but the thoughtfulness behind it. In a time when family reunions are often hurried, routine, or overshadowed by busy schedules, Michael's gesture highlighted how meaningful it can be to create small but extraordinary experiences for loved ones. Psychologists often note that surprise plays a powerful role in strengthening emotional bonds. By giving Emily a moment she never expected, Michael ensured the memory would stand out vividly against the backdrop of everyday life. The story resonated beyond the Carter family because it tapped into something universal: the longing for connection, the joy of reunion, and the lengths parents go to show love. In a world saturated with heavy news cycles, this wholesome moment provided a much-needed reminder of everyday acts of love that can feel extraordinary. For airline workers, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts, it it also served as a celebration of flight, not just as a profession but as a personal joy. Many pilots shared comments online about their own experiences taking family members on flights, reflecting on how meaningful it is to merge professional skill with family life. Since the viral moment, Emily has returned to her studies, but she says the experience has inspired her in unexpected ways. I've always admired my dad's career, but now I feel like I really understand the beauty of what he does. I don't know if I'll ever become a pilot, but I'll carry this memory forever. Michael, for his part, has kept things humble. At the end of the day, I just wanted to bring my daughter home. If that made people smile along the way, then that's even better. The family has since been inundated with messages from strangers, some sharing their own stories of surprise reunions, others simply thanking them for sharing a joyful moment. Though viral fame is fleeting, Emily and Michael know the story will remain part of their family's lore. Every holiday gathering or future homecoming will likely be marked by the memory of the time Dad flew me home. It has become more than just a plane ride. It is a symbol of family love, creativity, and the magic of going the extra mile. Or in this case, the extra 1,000 feet in the air, as Emily herself summed it up in a recent social media post. Sometimes the best surprises don't come wrapped in a box. They come with wings.